where racism or homophobia or whatever kind of hatred was in your face and was out in the open. Today it's very surreptitious, and so it's very kind of hidden behind their words and behind everything they're saying and their actions, and so they don't come off or across that way, but they really feel that way in their heart, and that's even worse to me because you don't know when someone's being kind to you or they're to your face, they're a kind person, they're your friend or whatever, but in their heart they think you're a disgusting or horrible person. So that's really worse to me.
Yeah, and it's damaging. It's super dangerous. Those type of people are the dangerous ones because they actually can get under your skin and make you do things. Their ego will actually turn into your ego. Do you understand what I mean like that? The fact that they're guiding you and then misinforming you can actually make you do things that you don't really were planning on doing. Like people spreading rumors. Like a friend of yours might come up to you and say, this guy was saying all this bad stuff about you and all that. But in reality, he is just lonely or something. He wants your friendship. So he'll say other people are saying all this bad stuff about you so that he can push you away from those people and then pull you to him.
Well, yeah,
those people could actually.
There are people that are that Machiavellian about things. I don't think that most people are that. I mean, I just am more. I think believe in more of the. I think most people are probably not that. Tricky about it. I think most people are a little less conniving. I guess is the word I'm going to say. But yes, there are people who are like that. Absolutely, who can use that against you just so they can get their own way. And absolutely, that's true. But yeah. But
you don't have.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Icon. So you don't have those type of people in your life that actually tell you rumors like that. That's good if you don't.
Yeah,
that's
no,
good.
well, not in my life. No, on BTR, there's plenty of people who've done that in the past. Who said so and so says it's about you or whatever, and I'm like, oh really? And I always try to go to the horse's mouth, as they say, because I don't like to believe rumors because you never know. First of all, if it's true, and second of all, if it's partially true. While it's being delivered between 1, 2, 3 people, it could have changed the whole way. So you never know for sure, if it's true unless you go to the horse's mouth. So I always, if somebody tells me something, like for example, there's a host on this BTR thing that I said she hated me or whatever. I heard she hated me, whatever. So I went to her show to find out, and was very nice to her, and she kicks me out. So I knew that she hated me. So I was like, okay, she doesn't like me, and then she sends me an email and calls me a faggot-ass faggot. So I know she doesn't like me for no reason. So my point is that I didn't know for sure, even though I was told that, and then I went back and found out for myself. So I think that's the trick. You have to actually discover for yourself when you hear that kind of a thing. You never know, and that's the only way you can really dispel it. But yeah, I agree with you completely. So
yeah, and I agree with your methods of handling that, and that's how we need to deal with things. If somebody's telling us something, we need to at least listen to them and then follow through on what they're saying. Like if they're saying somebody hates you, confront that person that they're talking about, just to make sure. Even if like how you said, this person, I think I know who you're talking about, but like this person just booted you.
Mm-hmm.
At least now you know the fact.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's the mature way to handle. That's the way an adult acts to me. That's the way an adult handles things. But most people, especially BTR, but most people, it's just like a bunch of little kids running around with their little egos, hanging out and trying to say, you hurt my feelings, I don't like you anymore. It's just bullshit to me. But half the people act like 2-year-olds on here, on the internet in general, and even in real life, sometimes you got people like that. So, but I do think, as I said earlier, that the internet exacerbates the whole thing because people on the internet are hidden behind, a name, a screen name, and you don't have to face people face to face. And like I said, most people would not do or say things to your face that they would say on the internet. I'm not one of those people because anything I say to you on the internet, I would say to your face. That's just me. But most people are not like that. And I find that makes it worse because people think they're free to say whatever the hell they want. And it doesn't matter. There's no consequences to their actions. So I think it makes it a lot worse.
Yeah, well, I personally like it. Like in terms of these chat rooms and everything, I like people to speak their minds. So now I know they're not lying. That this is how they feel about me. Great. Because in reality, people face to face is like what you said. They're scared or whatever, so they tend to hide it and lie and then do these devilish things to you, like to trick you.
Mm-hmm.
But on the web, from what I see so far, in the future is going to change definitely. But right now, people have all this freedom to express themselves because we're not face to face. We're not scared of that confrontation, so we say what we want.
Right.
And I like the fact that people are being open like that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and think about the things that people say to you or have said to you in negative light on the internet, and if they would say those things to you looking you in the eye. Most people, you look at somebody in the eye, it really changes the dynamic because it's completely a different feeling than you just saying something to somebody else on the screen. So it's a very different scenario, in my opinion. But anyway, but thank you for calling. I appreciate it. I really appreciate the input, and I agree with everything you said, and feel free to call back anytime.
Okay, thank you
Thanks
for letting me blow you. Bye.
No time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, so, yeah, that was a good conversation, and I agree that it's just really unfortunate that we have so many people who really do use their sense of their insecurities, like I was saying at the beginning of the show, their own insecurities to further their hatred and fuel their hatred towards other people, and that is what fuels hatred. So when you see people on Blog Talk Radio, whether it's on their show or whether it is in the chat room or whether it's in the real world, whatever the case may be, and they are coming at you with so much hatred, whether it's, like I said, racism, homophobia, whatever the case is, you have to realize that person, this is what I see, this is what I hear when people call me a faggot or other names or whatever the case may be. What I hear is not what I hear is hatred, but what I hear is what's behind the hatred. I hear ignorance, stupidity. I hear somebody who's probably uneducated. I hear somebody who's probably got very little knowledge of the way the world works or been around the world or really encountered people besides themselves. They're probably somebody that sits in the middle of the country and doesn't have much access to other people, or you're in the inner city or in the city at all or whatever in some kind of insulated community, and they haven't been exposed to people different than they are because they've been told not to be. So I think that's what I hear when I hear it. I hear somebody who's actually insecure. So when somebody says you're a faggot, I hear somebody who's insecure, and the only thing they could go to is that word because they don't know how else to make me feel bad. And the thing is, it doesn't make me feel bad, and you can say anything to me. And the reason it doesn't make me feel bad is because I am secure in myself, especially about being gay. There's the last thing in the world that you could ever talk to me about and make me feel bad about is being gay. I am the proudest fucking gay man in the world. I'm not somebody out there, on a fucking pride parade or in a float or anything, but I would be probably. But I'm not. It's not me because I don't feel the need to let everybody know that I'm gay. Just say that every day. I do a lot on Blog Talk Radio because I'm pretty much one of the only gay people on this fucking platform. I mean, there's other gay people on here, but very few of them, if any, are as sort of opinionated and outspoken as I am about everything, especially about politics, whatever. And so every time I have a conversation with someone on Blog Talk Radio about something, whether it's politics and we have a disagreement or whatever, about politics, religion, whatever, instead of them debating me about it, what do they go to? Oh, you're a fucking faggot, you fucking faggot, or whatever kind of choice words you're going to use towards me. They can't actually debate me or have an actual conversation because first of all, what I'm saying is true, and secondly, because they haven't got the capacity to do that in the first place. And they're so insecure that they have to go to faggot, like calling me a faggot-ass faggot because they don't like me. So people who do that, honestly, are sad individuals, in my opinion, sad people, and unfortunately need to take time out from their lives and really assess, who am I, who do I want to be? Is this the person I want to be, this angry, evil, hate-mongering, bigoted, redneck, typically, back-ass-water idiot? Or do I want to be someone who's evolved, emotionally evolved, intellectually, who accepts and tries to understand all races, all kinds of people, all kinds of sexual orientations, religions, etc.? That is who I am. I can claim to be that because I have worked on myself my entire fucking life to be that person. That's why I'm so accepting of everybody. The friends that are in my circle, who have been in my circle my entire life, have always been every color of the fucking rainbow. Every kind of Indian friends, black friends, Asian friends, Native American friends, white friends, black friends. I've had every kind of race. I've had bi friends. I've had trans friends. I've had gay friends. I've had, questioning friends. I've had every single fucking category. I've had friends who are special needs. I've had every kind of friend there is under the umbrella. So I do not discriminate against anybody ever, and I can say that. How many of you out there listening can say that to me or anybody else? And how many of you would be ashamed to say that you couldn't? Not many. I bet a lot of you wouldn't give a shit. You don't give a shit if you're a fucking racist, racist, faggot, hating, hate-mongering motherfucker. But a lot of you probably take pride in that. Especially like neo-Nazi motherfuckers like that or whatever. But people who actually take pride in that, I mean, you're really fucked in the head. To really spread hatred and really, it's like people like the fucking Westboro Baptist Church and the people who go around the country and they picket gay funerals, they picket soldiers that have died in war in Afghanistan or whatever and come back. They picket everything, and they hate everybody. Yet they call themselves the Westboro Baptist Church, which they're trying to emulate God or Jesus or whatever. And this is really what you think Jesus Christ himself would have wanted? Fuck no. And that's the other thing. People like Christians and stuff, I'm sorry I'm going on a tangent now, but I'm going to say it anyway. People like Christians and stuff who believe in Jesus Christ and all, which I'm not a Christian, but people who do believe in that. And, half the time they are the most guilty of hatred that I have ever witnessed. They are the ones that are the worst hate-mongering people that I've ever met. And so, anyway, that all gets really fucking frustrating for me. And people like that, all of it comes from what? It comes from insecurity. It comes from ignorance. It comes from lack of knowledge and, all of those things. And unfortunately, it's passed on by people a lot. Anyway, so I got off on all that a minute ago. Before I take a break, I was going to talk about what do you do when you have friends who hang around people that you don't like, and what do you do about that? And people who hang around people who actually hate you or whatever. So take a quick break and be right back.